Hello, welcome to this short recording that is exploring the NPQ Leading Teacher Development. I'm Faye McGill from the Thames Gateway Teaching School Hub, and I'm joined by Nicola Taylor, who is Director of Programmes at LLSE. Hi Nicola, so the aim is to summarise in 5 minutes the Leading Teacher Development course for people that are interested in starting the February 2023 cohort. So I'll start by asking you, who is the Leading Teacher Development aimed at?
So in brief, it's aimed at anybody that is involved with the professional development of other members of staff in your school or college. So it might be that you have responsibility for a particular group of staff who are working with a phase. It might be that you're looking at a particular faculty. Could be that you're working with ECTs and their professional development, or it might be that you're responsible for professional development across your school or college.
Perfect. And can you talk to us a little bit about what the course covers and the types of research people might be looking at?
Absolutely. So there is a curriculum that has been determined by the Department for Education. So it's divided into Learn That and Learn How To statements. And you can look up online on the Department for Education website and have a look at those curriculum statements for the LTD qualification. What we've done at LC is take those curriculum statements and we have sequenced those into a series of 3 distinct modules. So the first module looks specifically at teaching and the design of effective professional development. The second module looks at delivering effective development. And the third module looks at sustaining the impact of that professional development, with the process of implementation as defined by the Education Endowment Foundation running across all 3 of those modules.
And you mentioned the fact that there were 3 modules for the course. What does each of that module look like in terms of the participants' experience?
So each of our modules is a 12-week study course. And during that study course, there are a number of different ways of engaging with the research and the ideas and theories and practice that underpin that LTD qualification. So there are some online learning activities where you'll come into contact with a lot of the journals, the reference papers, the podcasts, the videos that we're exploring as part of the qualification. You'll be asked to implement particular ideas and have a go at reflecting on some of the ideas and themes that are covered in those papers, either by writing a reflective piece in a learning journal or by engaging with an online discussion forum. You'll also be supported to undertake conversations with your in-school coach and talk to them about how the information and research that you're coming into contact with relates to your particular context. And then each of those 12-week modules also has one face-to-face opportunity within it, where you'll meet with your 2 facilitators and the rest of your cohort and explore some of those ideas in depth. And then each module also has 2 90-minute webinars, again, facilitated by the same 2 people, and an opportunity for you to come together live but virtually with the other people in your cohort, again, to discuss those ideas, put some of them into practice, and really add depth to the things that you'll be covering in your online study.
Thank you. One of the biggest questions we get asked is how is the course assessed? What is it that people need to do to pass, to get that pass mark?
So there is one final summative assessment. There's no project work anymore, although we do allow you to have opportunities to implement your learning throughout the weeks of those 12-week modules. But the final summative assessment case study is conducted over an 8-day period. And on the first day, we release the case study and the questions. The case study is a fictional school. So you get a pack of information, around about 1,500 words to read through. So it's not a great deal of reading to undertake for that final assessment. And within that case study, you'll have excerpts from fictional Ofsted. You might have some policy documentation. You might have some stakeholder engagement information. And then there are 3 questions that we ask you to answer based on that case study. The first question asks you to identify a particular issue that the school is facing, and to justify your reason for choosing that issue using some of that case study material. The second question asks you to identify a solution to that problem. And then the third question relies very heavily on that idea of implementation and talking about how you would implement your solution for that school to bring about better professional development opportunities for the staff in that situation.
Great, thank you. And lastly for me, can you tell us a little bit about the cost of the course?
So there are two routes to the funding of this qualification. The first is scholarship funding, and those schools that are eligible for scholarship funding will mean that the entire course is free for you to access. Details of who is eligible for that scholarship funding are available on our website. So that's llse.org.uk. It's in general, it's any mainstream school that is Department for Education funded in England. And then there is some additional funding available for smaller schools. So if you have fewer than 600 pupils on roll in your school, there's an additional £200 that the school is awarded for each person within your school who undertakes a national professional qualification. If you're not eligible for the scholarship funding, then it's a fee of around about £1,000. But the specific course details, again, are available on our website.
Thank you, Nicola. Thank you very much for your time this evening.